Good morning, everybody. How are you all? Is everyone doing well this morning? Have you had snow overnight? There's been a flurry here, but it's rained, so it's all gone. Hello, hello, hello. Lots of you. Hello. So I'm going to do some planning with the 12 days of planning. Look at my fingerprints. I've just washed my hands. And we're going to open the last 6 items. So for anyone who hasn't opened all of your items, spoiler alert, but it is the 12th day, so we will be going full in. Let me grab my envelopes out. I also want to clarify some bits around the note that was in the 12th box. 12th day. Just in case anyone has any questions about it. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I had quite a stressful morning with a missing cat, which I shall fill you all in on. And I made the mistake of opening emails before I came onto this stream, which is never a good thing to do because now I feel quite distracted. But we shall persevere. So, envelope number 7 was our keyring. Controversial item because it isn't a planning item. But what we wanted was to make something that would remind you every time you use your keys of the plan that you've made around your goals. It is a luxury enamel keyring that we had made. It's very solid. It has a lobster clip because I personally prefer those. I think it's very lovely. I hope that you agree. I put my fingerprints all over it. So that is to put onto your keys to remind you every time you use your keys that you should also be thinking about the goals that you set. Day 8 was a bunch of foil stickers. So let's open those. You've got a ton in here. So there's 24 in the pack. So we have Work Hard, Dream Big, 2025, Make It Happen, and Take Action. And then you've got duplicates. So let's just put them in their piles. And these are all foiled. So they're either black with silver foil or silver with black. Oh, there's a 6th one. Put that in there. Dream big, work hard, stay positive. So you should have 4 of each and there's 6 designs. So let's show you. So it's like a silver foil, it's like a matte foil with black on it, or it is a black with matte foil. There we go. So that is your day 8 item, which I hope you all like very much. Thought we'd do some different stickers. The stationery gang ones that we did that were die cut went down really well. So we thought we would do the same thing again for this one. Allows us to provide more stickers. And then we have day 9. Should be a stencil. So this is our speech bubble stencil, fluff on it, and a super easy sticker sheet. So these, the back peels off, so the whole thing will go onto your journal. We then have day 10. which is our 25 in 25 stickers. You've got 25 of these. They say 5 different things. And the idea of these is that you will write on your 25 in 25 actions all across them. You'll store them in the tin, which we'll talk about in a second. And then as you complete them, you can add that to that week's journal spread. So you're kind of adding it to your current journal. So that's day 10. Oh, day 11. Oh. Oh, I've got 2 day 11s, that's why. Hello. So day 11 should have been the little mini tin. So what happened with this is we ordered the tin and it got stuck in transit. And we had the decision of whether to wait for the tin or to replace it with another item. So we replaced it with another item, which is this. So you've got an A5 sticker sheet. So this wasn't set to be in the original 12 days of planning box. This was a replacement item for the tin. So by not receiving the tin, you haven't missed an item. You've still got all the same number of items. In fact, there's more than 12 items because multiple days have got multiple things. But this is basically a replacement for the little mini tin. And because we didn't know when the mini tin was going to arrive, we didn't want to delay dispatch of the box. So because it was stuck, if we'd have waited for the tin to arrive, we would have been super late sending them all out, which would have meant that potentially they wouldn't have got to everybody by the 25th of December when we started opening. So it was a hard call because I really liked the tin, but we didn't want to just delay packing and dispatch. So we made this instead. So this is a replacement item. And then in day 12, and I haven't got the note in there, you've got your 25 in 2025 pocket stencil and this little storage envelope, which if you take off these stickers, they stick to your journal so you can keep your stencils in your journal. And then you guys will have all received a note saying if you want the tin, because we basically were going to receive them at some point and we didn't want to waste them, then everyone that bought the 12 days of planning could add it free of charge to their order, to the next order that they made, basically. So we weren't wasting an item that we had purchased and designed, and a little bonus extra for anybody that happens to be placing an order. The tin isn't necessary to setting up your journal. It was kind of a nice thing to store these in. So basically at any point that you're placing an order in the next 6 months, pop that code in and we'll add the tin in as well. What we couldn't do, unfortunately, just because of costings, is to pack and send that tin individually to everybody that purchased this. Would basically have cost us so much as a business, and we'd also designed and replaced the item. So the tin is kind of an extra as opposed to everybody missing something. Annoyingly, I meant to bring the tin home with me, but I didn't bring it home. Let me see if I can grab a picture. Hold on. But I've seen a few comments about people feeling like they've missed out on something. So I just wanted to clarify, we've replaced the tin, so you've not missed an item. We've added an extra item in, and then we thought it was a difficult call, otherwise that or have to delay sending out the box, which obviously I didn't really want to do. Let me grab a picture of the tin for you. Hold on, and then I will share the screen. Let me share my screen. Hold up. So it's a teeny little tin. It's like big enough to fit these in, with a slidey lid. It's matte black and it's got "Make It Happen" written on the top of it. It was going to be a cute little item, but unfortunately the postal gods were just not with us. We ordered them in, I don't know when it was, like September or maybe even end of August. And manufacture and delivery just took way longer than we anticipated, hence why we had to make the decision to replace it. But lots of you have said that this is one of your favorite items in the box, so it turns out that you weren't actually going to get these, so that's a happy accident. But yeah, I just wanted to clarify that you haven't been kind of like done out of an item. This is now an extra item because we've replaced it in the box. The box took a massive amount of time and planning to do. And I know it's a luxury for people that have purchased it. And I'm really grateful for everybody that has chosen to spend the money on the box. I know it's a not insignificant amount of money to spend. So I'm very grateful, but I can promise you the amount of work that has gone into this meant that we have made very little profit, if any, when you take into account all of the individual wrapped items, the fact that postage was included and packing, and then having to add in extra items last minute. So yeah, just starting with a little bit of clarification. Sorry if I'm being a bit of a bummer, but I wanted to just clarify a few things. So I hope that's clear. If you want your item, we can, of course, add it into an order. If you have an order outstanding that you would like it, that hasn't been packed and sent, please drop us a note and we'll add the tin in for you. Yeah, that's it. That's my first point. It's been a stressful few days, so sorry if I'm a little bit on the edge. Let's do some planning. So I'm gonna go, oh, and the font stencil. I've got a couple of meals already to add to this. I'm going to do a spread, which is probably quite well timed today. And then I will tell you the story of my cat. So I want to do the 10 things I love about myself spread. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to grab my pen. There it is. So obviously Friday was a bit of a disaster, very stressful, and thankfully the website's now up and running. But I spent most of yesterday replying to a lot of emails regarding the website being broken and order queries and stuff that I couldn't look into while we couldn't have access to our website. So it was quite a stressful day. And last night I kind of sat down to chill out, and Elvis had popped out, and he didn't come back in. So I obviously went to bed, like I went out and called him and he didn't come back in. Went to bed very worried and thought, oh, he'll come in overnight. Basically didn't sleep, and had like weird nightmares about something having happened to him. And I got up this morning and he still wasn't in. So 10 things put my coat on and went out in the snow, like searching for him, walked all around the streets and found a dead fox, which, like, I could see a bushy towel, and got in the bush and it was a fox. It wasn't Elvis. So that obviously wasn't very nice. And come back indoors and sat down and put a post on our local, like, lost and found pets about the fact that I couldn't find my cat and has anyone taken him in, because he is like a stupidly friendly cat. And hoped that someone had maybe, like, he'd gone in and they'd said, oh, I can't let him go out in the snow or something. And just sat there worried and thinking, like, oh, I don't really want to do a live stream if the cat's missing. I don't know really what has happened. And I was just, like, replaying the day before, trying to figure out, like, where had I last seen him. And I'd already checked, like, all of the cupboards in the house, even checked inside the washing machine and the tumble dryer. Obviously he's a young cat, and if I'd have turned on the tumble dryer with the cat in, I think you'd know about it. All of those things. And the last thing I remember seeing, I changed my bedding yesterday, and I flipped my mattress, and he was definitely in when I did that. So I was like, oh, I don't think he can, but I thought I'll just check under my bed, because it's like an ottoman bed, one of those ones that's like got like a lever where you lift the whole top of the bed up, so you can't, from externally, you can't get into the ottoman. It's only if you lift the whole mattress up that you can get into it. So I lifted it up, and lo and behold, my cat had been asleep in with all the bedding underneath my ottoman bed for 18 hours. And when I lifted the top of the bed up, he kind of looked at me all bleary-eyed, like, oh, you've woken me up. And I was like, are you joking? I've been worried sick. I've been walking the streets thinking that he would been, like, fallen in. We've got a pond in the fields behind us, fallen in the pond, or and it turns out he was just having, like, a really long nap in an ottoman bed. I'd slept on top of the mattress, so I'd slept on there, so he hadn't made a sound all night, and I'd been awake a lot of the night. And yeah, he went out and he had a big breakfast. He's had about 4 breakfasts since then. And yeah, he wanted to go back under the bed. So turns out he was just stressing me out for absolutely no reason. God love him. But all's well that ends well. Honestly, I couldn't believe it when I lifted the bed up and he was like, oh, hi, Mum. All in all, quite a stressful start to the year, but no long-lasting damage apart from to my mental health. Like 18 hours though, like, that's not a normal amount of time for a cat not to have a drink or eat or go to the toilet. This is very off-centered, and I don't know what I can put here to make it less off-centered. I think I might have to split the word like up. Where's my eraser? So at least he's fine. He just caused me quite a lot of stress when it'd already been quite a stressful couple of days. I think I'm probably being a bit of a sensitive Susan. And then, oh yeah, I could have done that. Write the word 10 rather than numbers. That is a great shout, Tammy. Let's do that. I can probably go straight in with pen now. Yeah, I opened the email to quite a grumpy email, which wasn't actually about the 12 days of planning. I just, yeah. On the whole, the feedback about the 12 days of planning box has been very good, so I'm grateful. It's just that I wanted to just clarify that we most definitely hadn't like shorted you out of an item or anything. Also had a couple go missing in the post, which we have been told Royal Mail will not cover, even though it's a tracked postal service. So that's fun too. Sorry, I'm a very grumpy Joe this morning. I'll be less grumpy now. I think I'm just hormonal. This was a good idea about adding in the word 10. Thank you very much, Tammy. So, has everyone had snow? Yeah, it's nice to just get it off my chest, but I don't want to be like, you don't come here to hear me moaning. So, keep it professional. I just thought it was worth an explanation. Yeah, it's rainy now here too. Absolutely soaked when I went out to look for the cat this morning. Marching around in my joggers. Thank you to the person who told me that they do actually do spare lids for the Tom Studio Lumos. Ordered one last night. So now I can have my pen with the pen things at each end rather than in the middle, which will be cool. I'm hoping. Now I just have to think up 10 things. Maybe I will make spaces for 10 things and think up 10 things later. Oh no, Nikki. I don't know that I'll be able to bear it. I think it might make me cry. I'm already on the emotional. I mean, I think this is just all very badly timed from a hormones point of view, because I feel like I'm on the edge anyway. I'm sure I can think up things. I like that I'm an animal lover, for example. So for everyone waiting on storage folders, we do actually have a new delivery of storage folders. But currently, Tracy has quite a backlog of orders to get through, not helped by things on Friday. So I'm just going to wait for us to get on top of the backlog before we put them up onto the website and create another flurry. Oh. Just post on Facebook before I email you, but had a thought of you postponed purchase for the subscriber shop. No, as long as you've got an active subscription, you should still be able to see inside the subscriber shop. The only thing that is postponed was us adding more stock to the subscription, so that's just like they're out of stock rather than what do you call it? What do I call it? Rather than like anything being like turned off or anything. So no, if you can't see this your subscriber shop, then drop us an email and I will look into it to Moz. I'll be on the emails again tomorrow because Trace has got a lot on, bless her. Does it say, Gem, in your subscription, in your My Account, does it say you have active memberships to the quarterly and the not subscriptions but memberships, as that's what triggers access to the subscriber shop? The membership is linked to the subscription, but it's a separate thing, and it might be because yours are zero charged because of the creative team that something's gone awry if no one else is seeing the same issue. Let me, afterwards I'll have a look at your subscriptions. Maybe something's not renewed properly because, let's say, because the Themebox one is. Was your quarterly a prepay or was it a? Kate, can you see if Gem's got active subscriptions? If not, I can have a look afterwards. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's probably something to do with your That's okay, we'll get it sorted. Okay. Has the monthly one expired? I'll have a look afterwards. Just need to change the monthly one to a back to active, make the expiry date not have an expiry date, and make it renew on the 1st of every month. I can do it afterwards. You can change the status, but you'll need to change, if it's got an expiry date, you'll need to like remove the expiry date and need to make sure that an order has been generated from it for this month's box, which you'll be able to see at the bottom of the subscription page if there is a order that is status monthly subscription. But then might also need to go in and relink the membership because that gets upset. I'll do it after. Okay. just going to stick this in the front of mine so that I've got these handy when I want them. That's better, a bit more organised. I think I would like to use some of this scrapbook paper. Has anyone else used the envelopes for scrapbook paper? If you have an active subscription, it should have already renewed for you, so you should be able to see orders that are marked monthly or quarterly subscription, because it renews on the 1st of the month. Right. Bum, 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 bum. So we're going to open subscriptions for... I need to discuss this with Kate, but I'm wondering whether we should... We were going to open all the subscriptions on Monday at 7, because you can't check out 2 types of subscription at a time, whether that might end up making things stressful for everybody. So I might do the big one on Monday and Themebox on Tuesday. So you don't have to like pick which one. Which one you want to renew, if you like. Because stock's going to be limited. So we'll send out emails tomorrow. I just need to divide some boxes up. Feeling I might add some photos into this. I'm really hoping this doesn't need charging, because I spent ages charging it. So it shouldn't. Oh, does it? I think I just charged it. I think it's working. It does seem to like lose power. Oh, I don't want 2 of those. How do I go back to the... Yeah, mine is quite old, so that it's possible that mine will need to be on charge in a second. It's like a picture of me and my doggo. finish doing that. Why can't I get the back off this? Anyone have any top tips for getting the backs of the sprocket photos? There we go. Oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that middle one should not be one of those ones. What do we think? Does this look balanced? Sort of. I can do doodles around it. I think it works. Is everybody journaling today? You're very quiet. There's not a lot of chat. Have I bummed you all out with my moaning? slightly. Nate has written his name on his new journal and is very excited. Excellent. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Antonia says, updated a few bits on my journal and now frying my brain trying to work out which tools to use for which goals, which ones are a 25 in 25, which fit on the little sticky note grid, etc. That sounds like a lot. Definitely sticky notes to lay it out and pencil. Steve says, I've progressed from last live stream and opened my journal. Ooh, big steps. Rachel will start journaling after the stream. Carol set up next week this morning, so that's me sorted already. Yeah, I need to set up next week because I need to catch up all the things that I should have done last week. I didn't. So I'm just writing out some little captions for the photos with regards to like how they align with things I like about me. So in this one, I've got dungarees on. I always used to be someone that wore things that I liked just because I liked them and didn't really care what people thought of me. I did also used to be a lot thinner, and I don't want to let my size have an effect on me enjoying wearing clothes that I enjoy instead of just wearing clothes that like are oversized. And this is me wearing dungarees, which I enjoy because I think they're fun, and I kind of want to embrace that. And then this one in the corner is embracing aging because I've got glasses on and I've had to recognize that I can't see as well as I can do, but it's also kind of symbolic of all of the other things to do with aging that we have to deal with. Also, just like that it adds some text in a different way to the page. Ooh. Yeah, aging is not the one, is it? But I think, I think it's about mindset. I think you just got to embrace the change. Okay. So... I'll come back and do these in pen. What did I do? Oh, yeah. Can't spell for toffee. I'm going to say resilient. I think I'm resilient. Kind of have to be being a small business owner. Okay. That was hard work, so I'm going to stop. You know what I need? I need a little mantra that is like something about taking things personally, because that is something that I definitely need to work on. And I'd say as a business, the more we grow, the more feedback we get. And I like to think I get better at dealing with people's feedback. But I definitely take some stuff to heart, especially when feedback seems like unfounded to me, like, or yeah, when it's very different to my opinion, when it's something that we've worked really hard on, or yeah. I mean, there's just sometimes when there's some stuff that we get where I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I genuinely don't understand how you can have this opinion. I guess something to do with like, I am not my business, I am not my product, or like something. I don't know. Yeah, it would need to be a pun of some sort. Also, not needing to reply to all feedback. Like, sometimes it just needs to be left. Like, you're not gonna change people's minds. The thing is, I do care, Kate. And it's generally not about me. I mean, we've had a couple this year, which have been directed at me personally, but generally feedback is about products or pricing, normally. I guess it's the same as like when we're in vet practice. Most of the time, the feedback, or nearly 99% of the time, the feedback is not about the service you're offering. The feedback is about the price at which the service was offered. And the difference between veterinary practice and this now is that all of this is a luxury. So it is money that doesn't necessarily need to be spent. But all of our pricing is based on how much it costs us to make things, design things, and pack things. And if that's not for you and you want cheap stuff from Temu, then that's okay. But we can't offer things at Temu prices because we're not Temu. And we don't steal your data. Shade to Temu. Yeah, there is a difference between constructive criticism and downright nastiness. Sadly, this year there's been some of the latter. Well, not this year, last year. And there's also a difference between like feedback to make things better and feedback that is not helpful. Like, just because we don't do it the way that you would do it doesn't mean it's the wrong way. It's just this is how we do things. You know, like, cool. Oh no, what have I done? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hello everyone, my iPhone has died. Let me try again. There we go. I'm back. For some reason it's not charging. Oh, fun times. Yeah, I agree. And it's, I definitely try very hard to, like, if I receive an email, read it, that it's not meant to be a negative thing. But there's definitely some stuff received that is definitely meant to be negative. And yeah, I think the bigger the company gets in terms of like how many customers we have, the more feedback we receive, and it's good. It's a good thing. It's just I sometimes take things to heart that I probably shouldn't take to heart. And it's been a particular few, I'd say the last 2 months maybe, we've had like an onslaught of feedback, and the feedback that you remember always is the negative feedback. And yeah, a couple of particular customers that got very personal about things, over really, like, ultimately none of this is important. It's stationery. Yeah. And before I come onto this stream, I turned my emails on and received one of those emails that was sort of baffling. Yeah, I like this spread. Thank you, Steve. I'm sorry I've detoured. I've definitely got myself in a funny old place mentally. I shall have a good sleep without a missing cat, and come back in a more positive state of mind. It's only the 5th of January, for goodness sakes. It's just been a bit of a run of things going a bit haywire. I'm very grateful for all of you, and I'm grateful for you tuning in and watching me moan. I know that's not what you're here for this morning, so I apologise, and I promise to bring more positivity to our next live stream. I like this spread a lot. I've got 2 food things to add in here. I think I might put in after this. I think it was Carol's that I saw the Now and Again spread that Tammy, I'm reading it off the things that Jashi often creates. I think I might create one of those because that's quite a nice like follow-up for this. And then a couple more goal planning things. What are you all doing for the rest of the day? Anything fun? I am going to the cinema later with Kate and some other people. We're going to see the Robbie Williams film, so that should be fun. And then back into the office tomorrow, hopefully with a functioning website, and then we can crack on with all the things, the fun things that we had planned. I also begun my cinema journal last night because I felt like I needed a bit of a brain rest. So if you'd like to see what I created, I have the beginnings of a media log. So I'm basically going to write everything that I consume in terms of cinema, home movie, TV series, podcast, audiobook, and book in here. So that's a Dutch door. And then I accidentally left 2 double-page spreads, which I didn't mean to do. So I'm going to put in, I was going to do it afterwards, but I'm going to put in an alphabet challenge. So that's where you have all of the letters of the alphabet and you try to watch a film beginning with those letters. And then I've done my movie of the year spread, and that's as far as I've got up to. And then I need to put in reviews of it'll be 2 films that I've seen so far at the cinema this year. So that is my media journal, and then I've got my personal journal, and that is my journal stack for this year. Oh, and my project planner, all very blue and purple vibes. So I think it'll be good once it's all set up. I'm also going to come up with my 25 in 25 and put it on the little sticky notes, and have it in the tin, ready to go, so that I can like focus on some fun things. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm gonna skedaddle and go and shake it off. Next Sunday, Kate is on for a live stream. So, and I think Kate is looking at the Rainbow Range that is coming out at the end of the month. And then I'm back on the following Sunday, which is the 19th. So you've got lots of live streams this month. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all more than you know. And I will catch you all later. Bye, 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 bye.